Greetings. Welcome to the Rouge Cook. Today we're going to do a variation of shrimp pilaf. Shrimp pilaf is traditionally done where it's mixed with the rice. Today this dish I'm doing for a client, and because of the situation I am going to keep the rice separate so they can add as much or as little rice to the shrimp as they like. I made the rice in a previous video, my 4-flour rice. You can look at that if you'd like to see how that's done. So shrimp pilaf basically is shrimp that is sauteed after a fashion, not really, how to put it, it's stewed in a chicken stock. You can also use white wine with it, but basically it's stewed in the stock with a mirepoix. Mirepoix is your celery, carrot, onion. Today I'll be using a green onion. So we start out, we're going to start with about a cup of chicken stock. And I'm using a half cup measure because you may have to add more. Just remember, you can always add more, but you can't take it away. All right. So into that, I'm going to add my mirepoix. Mirepoix is generally equal portions of celery, carrot, and onion. Today I'm using a green onion, a sweet onion, and I'm going a little heavy on the carrots simply because I want that texture, flavor, and health benefit. I really promote healthy style cooking, and that's what this is. All right, so we start with that. We're going to stew that. That was the word I was looking for, stew. We're going to stew the shrimp today. All right. Oh, smells like chicken soup already. And that's, mirepoix is very commonly used in soups, especially chicken soup. All right. Got my big cast iron out today. It's going to take a little while to come to temperature. I love cast iron. Lemon juice, vinegar, and water. Something new I learned. There's a wonderful doctor. No, I don't get paid to promote these things. I just do it for your sake. Wonderful doctor on YouTube. His name is Dr. Eric Berg. I have learned more in the last week than in my whole life of cooking and medicine. The man is absolutely phenomenal. I highly recommend you check him out. Okay, so we have our mirepoix, we have our chicken stock. I have a fairly good portion of garlic, probably a lot more than normal people would do. But the reason I'm doing this is there's a European technique where you mix the garlic in while you're cooking. That's going to give flavor, but it's going to kill the medicinal aspects of the garlic, and garlic is insanely healthy. So I put a little bit in now for flavor, and then I will finish the dish. When it's cooked, I'll kill the heat, and I'll add the rest of the garlic along with celery. Oh, I'm sorry, not celery, along with parsley. Parsley and carrots have some of the highest beta carotenes you can ask for. That is why chicken soup is so healthy. Okay. Oh, this smells wonderful. I wish I had smell-o-vision. All right. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and add my herbs. Now, on a shrimp pilaf, your herbs can vary. Today, I'm going to be using a little bit of thyme and a little bit of dill. I would say dill weed would be your most common herb, but you can use oreganos and all kinds of different things. Like most things, shrimp pilaf has many different styles. There's very few dishes out there, a handful, that you could say it has to be done this way. And those are usually the ones I avoid because I don't want to have to do it that way. I want to do it my way. And all I'm showing you guys is a concept, so you can take the concept and do it your way. Lovely. All right, I got 2 pounds of real nice Gulf shrimp, peeled, deveined, and they go in the pot. Just very, very simple dish. And as I said, traditionally it's mixed with the rice. If you want to do that, what you're going to do is have your rice prepared, and then as this dish is concluded, you would then go ahead and incorporate your rice with it. Basically just bringing the rice back to temperature. This is already looking beautiful. I mean, it's still raw, but look at that. Isn't that lovely? Bring my heat up just a little. It's very difficult to see my flame with all these camera lights on. Looks like I got the stock volume about right, but as this stews and reduces, I probably will have to add more. Matter of fact, I'm starting to see a little cast iron on the bottom. You know, when I stir this, I see bare iron. So I'm going to go ahead and add another ½ cup. A little at a time. You can always add more. Can't take it away. Okay, little education here. Where's my... Alright, this is Kitchen Basics. Very nice product. Unsalted chicken stock. Alright, you look at the panel, and under sodium, you see 120 milligrams or 5%. So where does that come from? Let's look at the ingredients. It has chicken stock, honey, natural chicken flavor, cooked vegetable stock, which is your mirepoix, spices, herbs, black pepper, bay leaf, thyme, and natural flavoring. Everything in there has a natural salt, and that's where your salt comes from. So, and you know, there's things like depending on what honey they use, depending what vegetable stock they use, this could add salt to the product. Still, 5% is pretty darn low. I mean, the only thing I know lower than that is my sauerkraut, and that's got about 2.5%. All right, I think we're golden on that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put my stock up. All right. So now as we're cooking along, pretty much just at the stew point, what I'm going to do now is I am going to add a little lime. Traditionally, the pilaf, you would use lemon. A couple reasons that I'm going with lime today. Primarily, I said this is for a customer, and this customer is fond of Tex-Mex. In Tex-Mex, the lime flavor is more prevalent than a lemon flavor. They use them both, it's just that they use more lime than they do lemon. In addition to that, as I said, the rice I made for this is my 4-flour rice, which is a combination of jasmine rice, saffron, juniper berries, and lavender. So these ingredients give you a smell and a flavor that is akin to a lot of the dishes out of India. And in India, I'll give you a little secret that I learned from a lovely Indian lady, that if you're doing curry, you know, if you've made curry before, I don't care if it's yellow, green, or red, if you made curry the Indian style, not the Thai style with the coconut, but the Indian style, and it's not quite right, there's something missing, hit it with some lime juice as you finish it. Little lime juice in your curry as you finish it gives an amazing flavor. There's so many ingredients that you can put in a dish that just kick it up and you don't even know they're there. And this is not much lime, but it will change the profile of this dish completely. Merge the flavors and just make it wonderful. All right, looks like we're getting there. So now, I might have to reduce this some more. I think I got a little happy with the chicken stock, and I don't want to overcook the shrimp. I'd rather have it a little under than a little over. There's nothing worse than a rubbery shrimp. Okay, at this point, what you want to do is add butter. I'd say about a half a stick for a dish like this. You might need more. What the butter will do, other than the flavor, which goes nicely with seafood, is it will thicken this up. Sort of in the same manner it would with a chicken picante. You hit it with that butter in the end, and even though it's all soupy, the butter reacts almost like an emulsification. I don't actually know the technical way it reacts, but there's enough heat here. I'm going to shut this down. But it will thicken things up. I'm not particularly interested. I don't much care if this gets thick or not, because it's designed to either go with or over the rice, and a little bit of sauce is going to give it a nice flavor. And speaking of flavor, about time to taste it. You can see all that's in here is chicken stock, and it's actually a little thick. It's still pretty runny, but it's got a little bit more body to it. Butter gets everywhere. Okay. So now I want to taste this. Whenever you're tasting a dish that has a sauce to it, don't ever taste the product. Taste the sauce. That's where the flavor is. And that flavor is heavenly. Slightly bland, just a little bit. I'm going to hit this with just a little salt, and I mean just a little salt. It does not take much. Going to hit it with a little black pepper. I really kind of want to put cayenne in there, but we're just going to stick with the black today. And again, as I've said with black pepper before, I'm putting it in at the end, so it doesn't cook that much. It's just going to add a slight flavor. It won't get overly hot, and it won't hurt your tummy. Okay. Wonderful. Let me show you. I mean, look how puffed up, pink, and pretty those shrimp are. Never overcook your shrimp. I'd rather take the chance of biting into one that's raw than have it overcooked and yucky. All right, so now in goes the rest of our garlic. See, in Europe, well, parts of Europe, like the Eastern Bloc, what they would do is they would not finish it with the garlic. They'd cook the garlic into it, and then at the meal, they would have peeled cloves of garlic, and as they eat their meal, they bite and eat the peeled cloves of garlic. Very, very healthy, but you got to really love garlic to do it that way. Okay? Give me a little bit of parsley. How much? Who knows? Whatever makes me happy. Again, start with a little and work your way up. I don't want it too awful fine because it's part of the presentation too. All right. I'd say that's about a quarter cup, give or take a leaf. Got a little bit of fresh smell. All right, and as I said, if you're doing this traditionally and you're going to incorporate your rice, now would be your time to incorporate your rice. We're not doing that today. Also, just before you take it off, if you wanted to, you could hit it with a little bit of wine. You could use like a Chardonnay, something with a buttery finish. Even a dessert wine, a sherry or a Marsala, would give it a nice little body. Just be careful with your wine. Too much wine will turn a dish bitter. As that alcohol evaporates, it brings all those ingredients together and it helps the flavor. But if you get too happy with it, it will turn your dish very bitter. And there you have it. That is gorgeous, gorgeous, right? Shrimp pilaf. I'm going to pan that up and put the rice on the side, and it's going to be gorgeous. So, that's all there is to it. Like I said, if you want to use the 4-flour rice, go check out my other video. And thanks for stopping by the Rouge Cook. Y'all have a wonderful day, and be good to each other.